Aside from Ivan being a cholo, why are you being a cholo? Stop trying to
Soldado.
That doesn't mean it's coming from the Philippines. That's not Mexican. Nor is it Ecuadorian.
And they should have called it a soldado.
What does that mean?
Soldier.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's like a soldier and a gang. That's why I'm dressed up like a cholo.
Anyways, hi, I'm Cody.
Soy Ivan.
That means that's Ivan.
What are they?
Well, the Master Vapers. We're here doing a review of a rebuildable dripping atomizer.
It's the Vapers for life, yo.
Why do you have tears on your face?
You don't know how I got these tears?
No.
These tears right here. Right there. Right there. It's because the Soldado made me cry.
Okay, what is a Soldado?
It's a fortune trick.
No, to the camera, no. What is a Soldado?
Today we're...
What is the Soldado?
Today we're reviewing the Soldado, which is a rebuildable...
It's from the Philippines. Don't say it like that. That's weird. If anything, you should be like, "Oi, Soldado!"
Dude, there's a lot of Spanish in the Philippines.
That's weird. That makes no sense.
Today we're reviewing the Soldado. It's a rebuildable dripper style Addy. It's... You know the specs more than I do.
Price.
Damn it. Alright.
Who's it? Okay.
Today we're reviewing the Soldado, which is a rebuildable dripper style Addy. Straight from the Philippines, made by the makers of a drip tip. I forgot what it's called. But the company name...
Stop. No.
Fuck it. You can't. Let's roll with it. The company name is Critical Minds. They were established in 2003, based out of the Philippines. This is their new and latest, greatest product.
It is. It is a rebuildable dripping atomizer. As he said, it's a 22mm dripper. It's going to boast airflow control along with a 5-post configuration. It does have an adjustable positive connecting pin as well as 5 posts for ease of quad coil building and octo coil building if you're really into that stuff. Yeah, and I mean, other than that, I suppose we should just dive right in.
Alright, let's do this.
Sweet.
Orale! Hey guys, this is the unboxing of the Soldado. Came with us with this little cool case, I guess. Not really a case, more like just a tube. But it does have that Cholo Soldado there. It is the sticker, so if you want to stick it somewhere, that's perfect. You know, rep Critical Minds. They come with some padding so it doesn't rattle all over the place. And this is the Soldado on my Trojan by my Trojan by NeutralWorks. So to start off, the Soldado was a great idea. There's a lot of things going on for it, but it falls short from being a good atomizer. The first reason would be this giant gap right here. I mean, thanks to the Trojan, you can hide that by releasing this up, and it looks awesome. It looks perfect. But I will show you with the Nemesis that I got here. So this is the Soldado on our clone Nemi. I'm just going to take that pin out just to show you guys it. And that's as far as it's going to go down. See that horrible gap? It sucks. I do not like this gap at all. So,
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am.
Yes, apparently Asians don't like green eggs.
Racist.
So let's put it back on my Trojan. Let's make it look sort of pretty. There we go. The airflow control in this is very disappointing. It's very loose. As you can see, I'm just spinning it. You can adjust it a little bit better by pressing down on it, and it sort of locks it, but still, you know, just a quick little play with it and it's loosey-goosey again, and it's just kind of hard to kind of put it back in place. There is 3 holes on here, so that if you just want to run a single, you can. There we go. Just a single, or you can actually run a dual. So it's kind of nifty from it. Now let's get into it. First thing, or another thing that we hate, is this. There is no O-ring on here to make it stable. It just kind of likes to pop off. So, I'm not too impressed with that part. So Cody, do you want to explain a little bit about the wells and stuff like that?
Well, the center post itself is going to have a really big hole in the center, which can fit up to 8 gauges of, or 8 wires of 26 gauge, which is great if you're building, you know, a quad coil or anything else like that on it. The negative posts, as you can see, there are 4 of them. They do not have holes in them, so you do have to capture them underneath the screws, which is kind of a pain in the ass, and one of the biggest reasons why we got away from clone drippers in the first place. The juice wells are quite deep. I would say that they're at least 1/8 of an inch up to 1/4 of an inch deep. And as advertised, they will hold about 40 drops of liquid. I don't know if that's quite 40. It might be 40 combined with both of them.
I don't know, dude. When I tried it out, I did about 10 to 12.
Okay.
So
it's not quite 40 as advertised, but yeah. Other than that, like, the deck itself isn't horrible to work on. There's a nice little lip around it, kind of like the Igo products, which is really nice for retaining juice as well. However, if you did notice on the cap, there are only 3 holes and you can only run 2 of them at one time. So if you do build a quad coil, you're not going to be getting the optimum amount of airflow past all 4 coils, as there's only 2 holes and neither of them are like slots or really big enough to fit around the 4 coils.
whoops. So to put this back together, you want to first line this up. If you're doing duals, you want to make sure that you have your airflow set. And let's say your coil goes there. Put that in there. Damn it, it slid. There that is. But again, you know, it just kind of slides around, does its own thing. Like we said before, it's really disappointing. The machining in this is below average. And it looks okay from the top. The wall side or the insides look pretty nice, but I mean from the bottom, this is how it came. All those little scratches.
That is the center adjustment post as well. It is an Allen screw, which is kind of a pain in the butt, especially since they didn't send us one with the atomizer itself. So you kind of have to find one or have one on your own. And as Ivan is stating, the scratches on the bottom of the deck there, that's how it came to us.
Yep.
Because I mean, I don't even know how we would scratch it up like that if we were to. So
again, I just want to mention the threads of 8 not going down all the way. It's not the center post because there is no pin here. It just stops. And you have gap. I don't like gap,
no.
Unless it's on women.
That's awkward. But yeah, no, that's very, very true. Alright,
so Cody will be building this now for you, just in case you want to keep on watching this video. If not, have a good one, guys.
So guys, that was the Soldado. Let's see. As we were, you know, reviewing it, we did find some very, very huge annoyances in it, and we are kind of disappointed.
Mucho disappointed.
Very disappointed. Much disappointed is the translation by Bing.
Sponsors.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great on paper, like the airflow control ring, the teardrop shaped holes, you know, the juice wells, the 5-post connection, everything else looked awesome. However, it was just pulled off incorrectly.
Yep. Soldados are going to retail for about $90 a piece. We picked it up for $90 as well. It came out of our own pocket. We were not sponsored or anything like that. We're doing this review because we want to leave you informed with something. Very disappointed. It just didn't seem to come out right on it. I mean, the build this looks kind of cheap.
the reason
They
for
carried
his
it up.
tears.
Yep.
Make a sad face. Stop smiling. There you go.
Cholo is sad.
Sad day.
Muy sad.
But yeah, otherwise the link will be in the description down to their Facebook page, along with the link to our blog down below as well. Feel free to follow us and be keeping up with everything else we'll be reviewing and upcoming reviews and things like that. Otherwise, that's all I got. Anyways, thanks guys. Adios. I speak Spanish! Filipino Spanish. Alright guys, hey, this is Cody here. I'm going to be rebuilding the Soldado and kind of showing you how. I did a take earlier where I did attempt to make a quad, and I decided that that is hard as hell to do and very much an annoyance, as well as hard to do on camera. So I'm just going to build a dual because, well, I'm lazy and building a quad on this thing is a pain in the ass. So let's just dive right into it. I got the 2 screws on the negatives that I'm going to be using here, and then the positive is obviously unscrewed as well. I have 2 coils here made from 28 gauge. Both of them are going to be 7 wraps each. So this should end up to be right around 0.4, 0.5 ohms-ish. Don't quote me on that one. But pretty much here we go. It would help if I use the right screwdriver to put this together. But I just grabbed the screwdriver and put it in. And that's what she said. Da, 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 da. Just going to capture one of these under here. And after it's captured, I'll kind of screw this sucker down on the negative. Boom. Take that one off. Turn it around, and we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright, so I'll put one through the positive hole here. If I knew how the positive hole went. Or if I knew how to get things through holes, go figure. Ha ha ha. Capture one other around this screw here. Ba-da-ba-dum. And then we'll tighten this one down as well. Thank God my lighting here is fantastic. And that didn't capture any sort of wire. Alright. So capture that one underneath. There we go, that's a little bit better. Sounds captured down, and then now we just want to make sure that both of the positives are kind of the same distance apart from both of the legs are. So I'll push that one out, screw this one tight, and then sweet, I'll move all these legs away and I'll sit and I'll pulse it, see how it's hitting. Sweet, nice and even on both of them. Let's kind of pinch everything together, make it look prettier. Since it is 28. And then from here I will even these things back out. Screwdriver back in, make them level again. Put this together. Kind of make it horizontal. We'll sit here and fire it one more time. Nice and even from the inside out. Fantastic. This one needs just one little more pinching. This camera's on is heard. Like Ivan is whispering in my ear something about a penis. Something about pliers. We don't have pliers, even though I just used them on camera.
Like a channel lock or something?
No, nobody has pliers. Don't worry, cameraman. Then I just clip this guy off. Let's shoot it one more time. Sweet. Alright, now as far as the cotton goes, so you have your coils built here and here, and then you have them above these juice wells, which go actually pretty deep. I can kind of show you. So I mean, it does go pretty far in there. I would say, like I said, it's about about an 1/8 inch to a 1/2 inch deep, or an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch deep. So it is supposed to hold quite a bit of liquid, but I don't think it does. So I got a just ordinary cotton ball unrolled. What's up?
It does to a point, but it's nothing impressive.
Yeah, it's nothing that using more cotton in like an IGO product or any other thing wouldn't do anyways. So
Just gonna stretch out the cotton here. I can't twist this too much because we gotta stuff it down that well, but I still gotta get it to fit through. This is the fun part. Jake has to go pee. So I'm gonna pull this guy through here. Oh Jesus!
Bingo!
So we're gonna cut the cotton kind of right off right here. Sorry for my industrial sized shears, by the way. I could not find my smaller cutting ones.
Hey, those are kitchen cutting shears, alright? Highest
sorry.
quality, made in Germany.
The Germans got something wrong because this thing sucks.
It's just dull from using it too much.
Apparently they're just dull from cutting cotton. So from here, all we're going to do is kind of just, we're not really going to stuff it, but we need to place it down in that little trench, I would call it. I wouldn't call it a well, I'd call it a trench. But you want to be careful not to stuff it too, you don't want to pack it in there, you still want it to be nice and fluffy. But kind of like that, so now most of the cotton is, you know, underneath in a way, which is nice because then you can still get airflow underneath the coil. And getting it on top and around it as well, while keeping liquid retention. But we will do the other side here. That's not going to be enough, so I'll use this piece here. So I'm just going to stretch this guy out so it's going to be thin enough to fit through the coil. Spin one piece through. Da, 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 da. La, da, 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 da. Alright. Build. There we go. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Cut this guy off about 1/4 inch. And same on the other side so everything can fit. Man, Ivan, these scissors suck. Holy sh**. Why? No, I hate that stuff. I'm not using that. Alright, so we're going to get this cotton nice and saturated. Yay, whippy. Just drops everywhere. I love how our camera autofocuses on like the wrong part. Alright, so since that cotton does go kind of deep in there, I am dripping a little bit more than I normally would. It's just because I want to make sure that everything is saturated. Lock this bad boy and give it a shot. Sweet, so it's bubbling a little bit, so there's still cotton that's way too wet up on top, but that is easily get rid-of-able. So we're going to line up 2 of our holes with our top cap here. And place it on, line those up with the coils. Oh, that's fun, that already moved. And keep them wide open. Let's pop a drip tip on here. And let's see how bad this is. Go figure. Not quite impressed with the flavor, so what I'm going to do is actually dial down the airflow. Either way, make those holes a little bit smaller so it'll be more concentrated. And that's still quite disappointing.
You gotta pretty much close them all the way, just a little hint of...
It's a tiny bit of air and then you get a little bit of flavor.
You get a decent amount.
Not as much as I had hoped. I am actually quite disappointed. That is my normal build with 28 gauge. So, and out of most of my other drippers, I do get much better performance. So, this is kind of disappointing. This top cap is quite huge. I would compare it to an iGo W as far as the size and volume of the cap itself. So, if you're looking into that stuff, then you aren't going to get the flavor profile of smaller bore caps. But that is rebuilding it. That is a dual coil, as I said. And, you know, kind of saw how much of a pain in the butt that was. It's more of a pain in the butt just because there's no holes in the negatives.
Is it worth it? No.
For $90, I would spend your money elsewhere.
Origin, Cyclone.
Origin, Cyclone by Vicious Ant. I mean, there's
anything and everything.
There's tons of other things out there. I mean, I would even spend money on a Patriot instead of this. So, anyways, that's a review of this one. That's how you build it. You know, go figure. All yours.